Good evening. I'm Byron Scott with a CTV News update. New COVID-19 cases are rising across the country. More than 34,000 new cases were reported over the last day. That's according to stats provided by Johns Hopkins University Hospital. Meantime, New York and New Jersey and Connecticut are mandating that out-of-state visitors from COVID hotspots self-quarantine for 14 days. Here in Maryland, there are nearly 66,000 confirmed cases of the virus. President Trump's former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn is getting a clean slate, despite the fact that he pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI during the Mueller investigation. Recently, the Justice Department sought to drop the case over the objections of federal judge Emmett Sullivan. An appeals court today overruled Sullivan and ordered that all charges against Flynn be dropped. Well, the fight for a $15 minimum wage continues in Maryland, this despite a 2019 state law paving the way for that goal. A coalition of groups hosted a virtual rally last night to urge the Board of Public Works to vote down efforts to stop the increase from going into effect in 2021. Organizers say the Chamber of Commerce and the National Federation of Independent Business have requested the BPW freeze the wage at $11.
Most of the workers who are earning under $15 an hour right now are the essential workers who are getting us through this crisis. So it's absolutely unconscionable to me that these same workers that we hail as heroes, who are healthcare workers, sanitation workers, grocery store workers, who are making huge sacrifices every single day, are the same workers whose wages would be frozen under this proposal. And so it's unfair to sit here on the one hand and call them heroes and just say, oh, thank you so much, and then freeze their wages on the other hand. So the best way to thank our essential workers is to honor the wage increases that we have already committed to.
The minimum wage is scheduled to bump up as high as $11.75 in 2021, depending on the size of the business, and hit $15 by 2025. No word yet on when the three-member board will vote. Authorities are investigating a homicide in Landover. Police were called to the 3100 block of Duval Ridge Road yesterday afternoon. That's where they found 20-year-old Maurice Magruder suffering from gunshot wounds. He died later at a local hospital. Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to contact police. Well, as Chef Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen winds down its operation here in Prince George's County, several districts are looking for ways to help feed people in times of need. The not-for-profit organization has been donating meals to the county since the pandemic hit. Patricia Vallone recently spoke with a county council member about steps that are being taken to feed people.
We have been raising funds locally through individual contributions. And in fact, actually, Care First has made a contribution to help us support some local restaurant meals. So we're going to be purchasing some meals directly from our local restaurants in the area. And getting those out to the communities. And we're hoping even more restaurants will continue to participate. Pizza Paradiso has been doing a lot of pizzas in the community nearby where I am as well, in the Hyattsville area. So we're just going to continue to find new supporters and new funders to help to continue to get food out to the community.
World Central Kitchen will end its assistance in Prince George's this Friday, but will continue to hand out meals on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Langley Park. Also, food is available for pickup at Nats Stadium. Well, Governor Larry Hogan is applauding more than 200 businesses in Maryland that contributed to COVID-19 relief efforts. Keisha Butt spoke with one of those owners. Here's that story.
From grocery stores donating produce to biotechnology companies developing tests, businesses in the state are helping communities during the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Larry Hogan says they are demonstrating what it means to be Maryland strong. One of the businesses we told you about a few weeks ago is Awards Plus. This trophy shop located in Clinton is producing more than 20,000 face shields for healthcare and essential workers.
It really is heartwarming to know that there was something that we could do to help. It was just very important to us to be able to do something to help the community.
Yeah, I think it really is for our employees as well. It really is kind of it just improved our whole company culture. You know, it kind of rallies us together around a cause.
For a complete list of companies that are helping with COVID-19 relief efforts, visit governor.maryland.gov. This is Keisha Betts with CTV News.
State Senate leaders are calling for changes to prepare for the November general election. Paul Pinsky and Bill Ferguson say the Elections Board must prevent the long lines and late ballots that marred primary voting. They're calling for universal mail-in ballot applications. They also want more in-person voting centers, more drop-off boxes, and in-person early voting. The Democrats also call for greater oversight of election vendors. Well, should the county school system offer more courses on Black and Brown history? School board member Edward Burrows says yes. He's proposing curriculum changes as early as next year. He says, quote, "We have a moral and ethical responsibility to teach accurate, authentic, and unadulterated Black and Brown history." Well, good news for students in the county who did not receive a Chromebook during the academic year. The school system handed out the devices to middle and high school students this morning. Students are expected to use them for the district's virtual summer learning programs. If you did not pick up a Chromebook today, contact your school's principal. Well, are those overdue library book fines piling up? No worries. If you borrow books from the county library system, starting July 1st, the library system will be fine-free. All existing charges will be waived. Officials say they want to make sure that there's equitable access to library services.
Hi everybody, welcome to this CTV Sports Report. Tonight we're talking Major League Baseball and we continue our conversations with 2020 Orioles draft picks. They selected shortstop Anthony Servideo in the 3rd round out of Mississippi. Now Servideo has connections to here in Baltimore. His grandfather, Kurt Blafary, won the 1965 Rookie of the Year and won a World Series with the Birds in 1966. Servideo is excited to play for the organization his grandfather played for and excited about getting his career underway.
Super excited to become an Oriole, and the draft process was crazy for me. I dealt with it a little bit in high school, but this year it was serious, and I feel like I put myself in a pretty good spot, and I'm lucky to have the opportunity to play at the next level. And all of my coaches, teammates, players, everyone who had something to do with this, I'm super thankful for them, and without them I wouldn't be able to continue my career and put on the Orioles jersey and follow my grandfather's footsteps. So I was about 2 years old when he passed, but yeah, my mom and my uncle and my grandma all told me stories. I would ask about him almost every time I saw them, and it's cool. We have a lot of pictures of him and memorabilia, and growing up he's been my idol, and I want to follow in his footsteps, hopefully be a better player than he was.
You play in the SEC, which is considered the best conference in college baseball. How did playing there help you prepare to become a professional, and how is your skill set going to transfer from the college game to the pro game?
Yeah, well, playing in the SEC was very important for me, and it helped me develop as a player for sure. Every night we're facing the best of the best, and being able to compete against them and have success against them, it will translate into pro ball, and it'll help me feel comfortable playing in front of those large crowds. So it helped me develop 100%, and I'm excited to transfer my game from the SEC to pro ball.
And that is your CTV Sports Report.
And that's your CTV News Update. I'm Byron Scott.
For the latest information on COVID-19 in Maryland, visit the State Health Department website. That's health.maryland.gov. Again, health.maryland.gov. Click the link to the COVID-19 information portal. There you'll find all the latest information about coronavirus. You'll find daily updates on cases and fatalities. Answers to questions about testing and the governor's stay-at-home order are available as well. For specific information about Prince George's, visit princegeorgescountymd.gov. That's princegeorgescountymd.gov. The site offers information about local services for residents and businesses.